The other thing that gives people problems in the turnaround is they don't have their horse moving off the rein or respecting the rein. When you lay the reins on the horse, like say on this horse here, if I move my hands to the right, he's supposed to move to the right. And if he doesn't, I'm going to give him a little reprimand with my leg. I'm just going to thump my leg on his side to give him the incentive to move off that rein. Because even if you're using your hands in the rein release, if he's not moving away from the rein, you're not going to get a turn or a spin. So I'll go through a little exercise of getting the horse to move off the rein before I actually start any spinning. And before I do that, I kind of like to supple him up a little bit. This horse is green in the bridle. He's only been in it for a short time, but he responds to it pretty good. I feel he's a little stiff to the left today, so I'm going to supple him up a little bit. Now, he should give his head as soon as my hand starts to move. And matter of fact, I'm going to talk about that for a second. When you're starting to train horses, one of the big mistakes I see people do is they don't really get their horses supple enough, giving their heads good enough, responding to the rein good enough. A lot of people will spend a lot of time getting them to bend, but the horse really needs to start giving his head before you ever make contact with the bit, okay? When my hand goes out here, that head should come with the rein, and if it doesn't, I'm going to bump it so that when I move my hand to the side, that nose better come. If it doesn't, I'm going to bump it. Because later on, when we ask for speed in the spin, he has to be so light that he's coming and staying in position without me having to haul on his mouth or pull on him. And here again, the key to a fast, smooth spin is having him so that you just barely have to use the reins. So I'm going to bump his nose, make sure he gives it, move my hand to the side. There his nose came without me bumping it. There his nose came again. As soon as I moved my hand out, his nose came. So I'm not going to bump him. Ask him again. Good, he gave it good. Ask him the other direction. He gave it before I made contact with the bit. Move it out again. It didn't come, so I'm going to bump it. Move it again. There it comes. And I'm going to keep him walking forward. I'm going to keep him driving while I'm doing this. Oh. Make sure he's supple vertically. I'm going to shake his nose down. Ride him forward. Good. Okay, now I'm going to make sure that he's moving off the rein. I'm going to test him a little bit, and basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay the rein on his neck with a little bit of direct rein along with it. I'm going to move my hands to the left, and if he doesn't immediately go to the left, I'm going to kick him with my right leg to say, hey, my hands move to the left, you need to go that way too. So I walk him, lay the rein, kick. He didn't move off the rein, so I kicked him. I'm going to move my hands to the left again. Good, that time he moved off the rein, so I'm no kick. Good boy. Move my hands to the left again. Oop, no response, so I'm going to kick him. When my hands move to the left, his body should go that way. And if it doesn't, I'm going to use my leg or my spur to make it go that way. Move my hands to the left. Good. Boy, moved off it good. Now I'm going to test him to the right. Move my hands to the right. Boy, moved off it right away, so that was good. And this is where a lot of people fall short, is they'll lay the reins on the horse's neck and the horse doesn't move off of it. So until you get this, don't even try to work on your spin, because you got to get this first. Move my hands to the right. Move my hands to the right. Good. Boy, he really moved off at that time. Okay. Now he's moving off the rein. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to test him in a few half turns. I'm going to be walking, and I'm not going to stop. I'm just going to turn him. Good. And I used 2 separate pulls and releases there. That wasn't just one big one, because I want that front end to move. And remember, if you use the reins too steady, that slows the front end down. So I'm going to ask for a half turn to the left, pull, release, pull, release, pull, release. Good. Walk him forward. Turn to the right again. Good. Turn to the left again. Good. Okay, now I'm going to take him into a spin, and we'll see what he does. Oop, I can feel him kind of losing a little bit of his responsiveness there. So I'm going to do something. I'm going to do what I call working the square. I'm going to move the front end and walk on. Move the front end, walk on. Move the front end, walk on. I'm just going to do a series of 90-degree turns. 90 degrees, walk on. 90 degrees, walk forward. 90 degrees. Okay, so we did a whole bunch of little 90-degree turns there. Now I'm going to ask him to spin, and really all I'm going to do is put those little 90-degree turns together. So it's 90, 90, 90, 90, 90, 90. Now I'm going to speed it up. Now basically all we did there was rein release. Each time I reined, as soon as he started to move, I slacked the rein and let him complete a 90-degree turn. If he hadn't have, if I touched him with the rein and he didn't go, I would have kicked him with my outside leg to get him to move off the rein. Now, I'm going to try to put it together here a little bit, and what I'm going to do is rein release a little bit faster. I might even cluck to him a little bit for a little more speed. I'm going to start it real slow, and I'm going to start with my rein release. Now he's walking out of it, that's fine. If he wants to just walk a circle, I'll bring it down tighter. Here we go, rein release. I'm going to cluck. Oh. Good. That was pretty good. I'm going to take him the other way. Bump his nose in the direction I'm going to take him. Rein release, rein release, rein release, rein release. Now see his head right there? His head's going out to the outside of the spin, of the circle. He needs to come nose first. To stay in balance, he needs to start that spin nose first. So I'm going to start it again. And when that nose goes to the outside, I'm going to bump it to the inside. Bump, bump. Now I'm just going to walk him in a circle here. Bump, bump. Start him in the spin again. Rein release, rein release, rein release. Hope. Hope. Okay, he did that pretty good. He kind of lost himself toward the end there, so I'm just going to stop him and back him off of it. If you're interested in learning more about horse training, especially if you want to train your horse to do good stops, spins, flying lead changes, and work cattle, then you need to visit my website.